Hello everyone, this is Reshma and welcome back to my basic Java course for beginners. In the last few lectures, I talked about Java operators. In the next few lectures, I will be demonstrating Java control statements. Control statements are used to change the flow of execution based on changes to certain variables in the program. Java's control statements can be categorized into selection and iteration statements. I will be covering the selection statements in the next few lectures. So let's create a new Java project. Let's create a new package. There are two selection statements in Java, if and switch. I will be covering the if statement in this lecture and the switch statement in the next lecture. So let's create a new Java class. The if statement is a conditional branch statement. It is used to route program execution through two different paths. So let's write some code. So I will be declaring a variable called a and setting its value to 10, and I will be declaring a variable called b and setting its value to 5. And now I will be writing the if statement. So this is the if statement. If the condition specified within the if statement is true, then the code following the if statement is executed. If the condition specified within the if statement is false, then the code following the else statement is executed. Now, if you want to include more statements after the if statement, you need to add curly brackets like this and create a code block. Also, the else statement is totally optional. If you skip it and if the condition within the if statement is false, then the line following the if block will be executed. So now let's run this code. So here you can see that since the condition a greater than b is true, the code following the if statement will be executed and a is greater than b is printed to the console. Now let's change the value of b to 25 and now let's run the code. Now since the condition a greater than b is false, the code within the else block is executed and a is less than b is printed to the console. In addition to this simple if statement, Java also supports a nested if statement. Nested if is an if statement that is the target of another if-else statement. Let's create a new Java class. Let's define a few variables. So I'm going to declare a variable called a and set its value to 10, and I'm going to declare a variable called b and set its value to 20. And then I'm going to write this code. So in this code, this if a equal to 10 is the outer if statement. This has an associated else statement. This if b less than 30 is the first nested if statement. If b greater than 50 is the second nested if statement. This has an associated else statement. So let's run this code. Since this if a equal to 10 condition is true, this first nested if statement is checked. Since this b less than 30 condition is also true, the code following this if statement is executed and this b is less than 30 is printed to the console. Then the second nested if condition is checked. Now since this b greater than 50 condition is false, the code within this else block is executed and this b is less than 50 is printed to the console. This last else statement is not executed. So that is all in this lecture. In the next lecture, I will be covering the switch statement. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you have any questions, queries or comments, Please feel free to mention in the comment section below. Thank you.